What's up, everybody? You're very welcome to one of two late night agendas tonight. Yes, you heard me right. There's going to be two. I thought we would break it up when we talk about Curtis Jones and selection in the first one, and then we'll talk about a couple of the transfer rumours and stuff that we have scheduled for the later one. And in between, I'll be jumping across onto Craig Station for a watch along of United's game against Villarreal and keeping you guys up to date with all the other bits and pieces going on in tonight's Champions League game. So how are we? I'm going to wait for the chat to fill up a little bit because I'm aware that people probably won't get the notifications as quickly for this one, or people certainly won't be expecting me to go live at 6:45. Very unusual, but you know, I was trying to shake it up a little bit here, ladies and gentlemen. So let's have a bit of a chit chat while we wait for people to come in and start the stream, because I want to have a chat around Curtis Jones mainly, and quite how impressive this guy is and how he continues to surpass all of our expectations. I'm good, Corey. How are you, mate? Liz, love to see you in. John, Mark, everybody else is in the chat. Bernadette, Indian Sauce, Unbiased Football. Alfie, nice to see you guys in the chat. I hope that you're all well. Are we ready for another night of Champions League football? I was reading something earlier on that said Liverpool have, I think, a 96% probability rate to qualify for the last 16 now after that result last night that put us, of course, with 6 points out of 6 in the Champions League, and I love it. What can I say? Perfect start for the Reds, and what a dominant performance that was last night. What are we up? Brooklyn's in the house from Germany. How are you, mate? Nice to see you in. Daniel as well. Alpheus has said to me, how are you? We'll wait for the chat to fill up a little bit before we get really stuck into it, because I'm aware people aren't going to get notifications and stuff like that. But while we're waiting for everybody to come in, ladies and gentlemen, I have to do, of course, the obligatory Manscaped ad read. You wouldn't respect me if I didn't do it. As I like to say, footy is back, ladies and gentlemen, particularly the Champions League, and our friends over at Manscaped are here with a masterclass to get you ready for the new campaign. The leaders in men's grooming have only gone and done it again with the Performance Package 4.0. Join the 2 million men worldwide who use Manscaped for their male grooming needs by going to manscaped.com and putting in our discount code WFM20 for 20% off and free shipping. The Performance Package is absolute quality, and it bring your grooming game to the next level. Inside, you'll find the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer for down there. You'll also find the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer for there and there. Definitely not for down there. And you'll receive your ball toner and your crop toner, as is expected at this moment. You'll also get 2 free gifts. You'll get the travel bag, which they call the Shed, and you'll also get the boxer briefs, which are really good quality, very comfortable indeed. The 4th generation trimmer will protect your nuts with skin-safe ceramic technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 is a 7,000 RPM motor, a 4,000K LED light, and it also has a travel lock as well, just so you don't want it going off in your suitcase underneath the plane or anything like that. That's not the type of noise you want to see coming out. So they do have a safety travel lock in there as well. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, 20% off with our discount code WFM20 and free shipping as well, and your balls will absolutely thank you. So again, thank you for bearing with me while I go through. It's not a, you know what? I sound like it's an issue. I love doing Manscaped ad reads. I honestly do. They're one of my favorite products to use and talk about. So again, all the information is below. 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with our discount code WFM20. Right, what do we got? Curtis Jones for the Golden Boys, said Daniel. Evening mods, and Mark's in the house as well. Jamaica's in, Noah. I say it all the time, mate. I always get really jealous when I see people from Jamaica in the chat. It's it definitely makes me jealous. But look, as I said, I want to have a chat around Curtis Jones and quite how much this guy has gone under the radar this season. I mentioned it on last night's streams, but I thought I'd have another chat about it today, because watching the game back, as you tend to do the day after, again, massively impressed. We started the season and obviously all the hype was around Harvey Elliott. We'd kind of gotten a little bit used to Curtis Jones being in the team, so maybe, I don't want to say, did we take him for granted a bit? I don't know. But with Harvey Elliott's unfortunate injury, it has given Curtis Jones a chance to really cement his place in the Liverpool midfield. And I feel that with the performances against Brentford and his performance again last night against Porto in a very difficult environment, away from home, Champions League game, lots of pressure, but Curtis Jones, as he always does, rose to the occasion and put in another phenomenal man-of-the-match performance. And I just want to give this guy the recognition that he deserves. Yes, we don't want to put too much pressure on players. We don't want to overhype him and praise him too much. But Curtis Jones, to me, is nailed on to start against Manchester City in that left side of midfield. If Naby's fit, I still go with Curtis Jones. If Thiago's fit right now, I still go with Curtis Jones. This guy is phenomenal. And to think what he's been able to achieve at such a young age, and never seems to take anything, feel any pressure. Never seems to be stressed out. But then and again, It's important to remember that Curtis Jones has been in and around the Liverpool first team for many years now. I mean, I've seen somebody in our Discord group took up a lovely picture today. I think it was from 2016 of Steven Gerrard having a chat and coaching young Curtis Jones. And he would have been, what, 15 years of age at that point. So this guy has been destined for good things. We all know that that last leap, the leap from underage level to the first team, is the most difficult one to make. And I can't remember too many, maybe outside of Harvey, maybe outside of Raheem Sterling and a few others in years gone by, but there's not too many that do it with such ease and such calmness as Curtis Jones. So I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your predictions for how far Curtis Jones will go and how excited you are that the possibility of the years down the line we're going to have a Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, and dare I say, I don't know who else in midfield, but these two kids, wow, serious footballers on our hands. Loved seeing you in such a good mood last night. Thank you, Bombay Potato. I love being in a good mood. And being off Twitter has kind of got me in a much better mood these days. So, yeah, look, the result put us all in a good mood, didn't it? We do love to play against Porto in the Champions League. I said it last night. I said it all week. That Sadio Mane loves a goal as well. And what a performance it was from the boys. Mohamed Salah, clinical as always. Bobby Firmino, so happy for Bobby coming off the bench, managing to get himself a couple of goals last night as well. And again, Sadio Mane's confidence will be done no harm with the goal that he scored last night. Bellingham too. Oh, we'll talk about that. I was trying to save the Bellingham stuff for the 10 o'clock show, so I'll be back at 10 and we'll talk about Bellingham and a few other transfer link stories. But I just want to talk about the performance really last night, and in particular, what a special talent we have with Jones. I think you guys are saying Bellingham with regards to the other midfielder. You know, choo. You know my take on that one. I do love me a bit of Jude Bellingham. Man United and Ollie have spent a fortune, but are still miles behind this Liverpool side. Good, isn't it? I'm not complaining, mate. Are you? I'm happy. It will be a peach of a week if United drop points today, said Daniel. I expect a reaction. I'll be really honest with you. I'll be doing the game on Craig Station from 7:30, but I expect a reaction from United tonight because they are under a little bit of pressure. Obviously losing to Young Boys in their first game. Not a great result for them at the weekend either. So, yeah, it is a bit of pressure for them. But, you know, we can sit back, relax, knowing we're top of the Premier League table, knowing that we're top of our Champions League group, and a massive game coming up at the weekend against Manchester City. A Manchester City that were beaten last night by PSG. I have to say, though, having watched the highlights of it back, 2-0 probably wasn't a fair reflection of the game. It seems like Gianluigi Donnarumma had a worldie on top of Manchester City missing an opportunity, and I still don't know how they missed it. They hit the bar twice and still managed to miss another opportunity after that. So, yeah, it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen, but it's great. It's great that the Reds are, our boys, are right back up there at top of the Premier League, where I feel that we belong. Maybe I'm just wrong on this, but I feel we belong there. News on Cadus at Elvar. There is no news. He should be available for the weekend, mate. Shouldn't be any issues there. The only injury concerns I know of for the weekend, of course, are Trent Alexander-Arnold, who has a muscle/groin injury, I believe, and of course Thiago Alcantara, who won't be available for the game either. What's your score prediction for the City game, said Owen? Do you know what, Owen? I really haven't let myself think that far yet. I will be recording a preview on Thursday, which will be going out on Friday, and I'm hoping tomorrow for one of the two streams I'm going to be joined by Stephen McInerney. You guys probably know him as esteemed company, Manchester City fan, somebody who I've worked with in the past as well. So hoping to have a chat with Stephen tomorrow. So if you guys have any questions around City or their squad, make sure you've got them ready, and I'll try my best to put them to Stephen tomorrow. 2-1 to Liverpool, said Elmo Simo. Don't let my missus see that name, mate. She'll go mad if you see somebody with the name Elmo. She'll probably start stalking you and all, mate. So, you know, keep it on the DL. Hello, big hello from Belfast, said Wee 77. How are you, mate? Nice to see you. And speaking of Wee, I've seen today, actually, that Ireland is just about to give the go-ahead to HSE, which is our health service executive over here in Ireland, for the first cannabis-based product to be medically available here in Ireland. Now, it will be no THC involved from what I understand, but still it's good to see that, you know, the government are looking ahead and they are looking to the benefits of it and stuff like that. John Duke said, fancy Liverpool to put 3 or 4 past Manchester City. Mate, if we go into the international break after beating Manchester City, I'll be unbearable. I won't lie, I'll be unbearable. I'll be on holidays next week, but I'll be doing videos while I'm away, and I'll be unbearable. Nobody will want to listen to me outside of Liverpool fans for the next week and a half, 2 weeks, if Liverpool get a result against City at the weekend. Chris Stokes said, "You're the best YouTuber." I'm not, mate, but I appreciate you being here. You know, I just enjoy what I'm doing, mate, and I enjoy chatting with people as well. And today, I have a really busy day, but you know what? I'm really happy to be doing it. You know, I've got to do this stream, then I have a watch along at Craig Station, then I'm going to be jumping back on for another stream, and after that, I'll be recording a One Football News video as well. But there's nowhere else I'd rather be. Well, rather than in bed, of course. We'd all like to be in bed fast asleep, but I do enjoy doing this. Bellamy Block said Curtis Jones personifies what we've come to expect from midfielders. We've been spoiled for choice over the years, but there there are few who have made such a huge impact at such an early stage of their career. I think you've hit the nail on the head, mate. I don't want to disagree with you either, but I can't disagree with anything you've said there. And yeah, we have been spoiled, you're right. Steven Gerrard, Fabinho, Alonso, Mascherano, Momo Sissoko. We have had Jordan Henderson. We've had real quality midfielders at the club, and it looks like Curtis Jones is going to be the next brilliant midfielder to come through. I agree with everything you've said there, dude. This lad's the real deal, 100%. If you had to choose one player for the Reds to sign in January, who would you pick? I'm trying to be realistic because, you know, I'd say Bellingham in a heartbeat. I'd say Haaland in a heartbeat, but they ain't going to be going anywhere in January. I still love the idea of Neto. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I really like Harvey Barnes and Pedro Neto. Two players that I really like and that I could see fitting seamlessly into the Liverpool team. Now, I don't think we'll get Harvey Barnes out of Leicester, but I think there could be a possibility, if we put the right offer to Wolves, of maybe getting Pedro Neto. Now, he is out injured at the minute, and we'll, of course, have to see how he recovers from that. Now, again, please bear in mind, this is not me saying we're going to sign Pedro Neto. I was asked for my opinion, and in my opinion, I like the look of Pedro Neto. I like the look of Harvey Barnes, and I could see them seamlessly fitting into what Liverpool do. Craig, this is Jurgen. This year, Jurgen has tweaked their formation. We're scoring goals from midfield nowadays, which we needed. Let's be honest, mate. We did need a few goals from midfield because outside of the front three, we were scarcely getting goals from anywhere else. So if we can add a few midfield goals this season, whether it be from Hendo, Fabinho, Thiago, Curtis Jones, whomever it might be, that'll take the pressure off the lads up top, and we won't be saying, "Oh, Sadio only scored 15 this season." Because let's be fair, that's still a decent return. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good, mate. And look, shaking things up, if Klopp does little tactical tweaks, it's yeah, nothing wrong with it. As long as we keep getting results, we'll all be happy. Hi, Craig. Not been on for a few weeks. I don't know if you've already explained yourself, but are you staying now? Yes, and yes, dude. Again, coming off Twitter has made me so much more relaxed and has taken a lot of stress out of my life. So look, as you've probably seen over the last week or two, I've been really happy in all the streams that I've been doing because I'm in a good place. My life's in a good place. You guys are here supporting the channel. I really enjoy what I'm doing. So yeah, at this moment in time, I'm happy. Life is good and I can't complain. Not that I ever want to complain. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I never do. Right, what are we on? How long is Trent out for? Hand on heart, I would say probably after the international break. Klopp said that he felt something in training. They didn't think it was too serious, but it may be serious enough to keep him out. Certainly it was for last night's game. He didn't travel, and it will probably keep him out of the game against Manchester City at the weekend. But James Milner's performance last night was fantastic. I thought it right back, and I've said it last night and I'll say it again. That ball that he played in for Sadio Mane's goal, I don't think it's gotten the hype that it deserves, to be quite honest with you. It was sensational. Defenders couldn't touch it, keeper didn't come for it, and it looked like Sadio had a tap in, but it was only because of the brilliance of the ball in from Jimmy Milner. Would you take Lamptey as a backup for Trent? Look, I've said it before about Tariq Lamptey. Chelsea let him go, or he decided to leave Chelsea, I think because Reece James and the other good fullbacks that Chelsea had in their squad. Tariq Lamptey looks like a quality player, but Brighton won't want to be stripped of all their top stars. So we've seen stories linking Liverpool to Yves Bissouma, of course, but Tariq Lamptey is somebody who's undoubted talent. Obviously suffered an injury last season at a very inopportune time for Brighton, and that affected their season a little bit, but he is quality. I think even Chelsea fans were sad to see him go because the lad definitely has what it takes. There's Joanne, or Liz in the chat, excuse me, with the James frickin' Milner. We have to get that copyrighted or something for you, Liz, on a t-shirt, something like that. How do you think we'll do against Atletico now after the way we performed against Porto. I feel like the lads will want to prove something against Atletico Madrid because it was a bit sore the way they knocked us out, wasn't it, of the Champions League in a game that I thought that we deserved to do well, but you don't always get what you feel you deserve in football. So, Atleti's never going to be an easy game. They're a good, very good team. They know what they're about. They've added, of course, Griezmann back into their squad after the summer transfer window. Luis Suarez there as well, and they'll always fight and work hard. But hope, I think we'll top this group. I always thought we'd get through, though I thought it was going to be a difficult group, of course. Sometimes people look at the group and say, okay, you've got Chelsea, or not Chelsea, you've got Atletico Madrid, you've got Porto, you've got AC Milan, you've got Liverpool, and people look at it and go, oh, that's a dangerous group. It is, but I kind of look at it in a different way. We've managed to get off to a really good start, and other teams, because the group is so strong, will absolutely take points off each other. So if we can win the next game, I know it's a big ask, if we can win the next game against Atleti, we're almost there. One more win, and we'll most likely top the group at that point. So, yeah, one game at a time and all that jazz. But I do love me a bit of European football, and the performances so far this season from the lads have been top notch. Coming of age, Curtis said Joanne, yep. And at the right time as well, at a time where we looked at the midfield situation and went, right, Naby was doing well, picked up an injury. Thiago, unfortunately, picked up an injury. Harvey Elliott picked up an injury. So we're starting to look at the depth of the midfield and go, uh-oh, are we in a little bit of trouble now? Who's going to step up? Curtis Jones got his opportunity, like he always does. He takes it with both hands. And what I love about Curtis Jones, and I highlighted it really well last night actually on BT Sports, was the drop of the shoulder, the little cut inside, always looking to do something positive, always looking to contribute in an attacking sense. Loves to get a shot away. And it was that early shooting last night that allowed the ball to eventually break to Mohamed Salah, who tapped it in. And then another really impressive thing was Mohamed Salah's second goal. Curtis Jones picks up the ball, runs, but his timing of the pass, the weight of the pass, and his vision for Mohamed Salah's second goal was nothing short of exceptional. And that's from a young lad who already has this wherewithal about him, knows what's going on around him. And it looked like an easy goal for Mo, but it was all because of the timing of the pass from Curtis Jones and the run from Curtis Jones. So I'm just going to keep hyping the lad up because I really, really believe in him. And I have believed in him from day one, as have 99.9% of you guys. Craig, if all our original front three perform well this season, who do you think will be moved on? You think Mane. I suppose the key detail here will probably be in who doesn't get a new deal. I know it sounds obvious, but we know they want to sign Salah. We know we want to keep Salah tied down, 100%. Nobody's in any doubt about that. So ideally, Salah will agree a deal with the club. We'll box that one off. But then you are looking at a situation where Sadio Mane and Bobby Firmino are into the last 2 years of their deal now, 18 months ago in January. So maybe the next contract renewal might give us a better insight as to who, if anybody, will move on. I wouldn't like to guess because just as I'd started to doubt Bobby Firmino, and I hate myself for doubting Bobby Firmino because he's my favourite player, he came up last night off the bench and reminded us all again what he has about him. He was there, sniffing around for an opportunity. The second one in particular I was very impressed with, how calm he was, just slotted it past the keeper. The first one, I don't know where the keeper was going to, by the way. I have no idea where he was off to. But Bobby didn't care. He controlled it with his thigh, got onto his left foot and passed it into the net. So again, I want all the lads in the front three to do well because it keeps pressure on each other. And pressure is a good thing. Competition is a good thing. So having Diogo Jota, Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane and Roberto Firmino, along with a much improved Divock Origi this season and a very promising set of signs from Takumi Minamino, it's good. I'm over the moon with it, to be honest with you. And I think we got to give Divock Origi, his fair dues as well here because I've been impressed in the performances that Divock has done this season. In fact, I go as far as to say I've probably seen more from Divock this season that has impressed me than I did from in the entirety of last season. And, I'm always one to be honest and blunt. And Divock looks like he's a bit more confident and a bit more involved this season. Maybe I read his body language entirely wrong last season. I'm absolutely open to that. Craig, we've such a massive game on Sunday to Sonia Ruiz. We need to keep City back. I think Sunday's a massive game. It is. And always going into these games, the back of my mind, I go, would you take a draw? Would you take a draw? And you'd say kind of no, because we're at home, but it wouldn't be the worst thing. You want to go for the win, of course you do. But nobody wants to go into the international break on the back of a loss. Now, the top of the league table is really tight at the minute. Obviously, we've got 14 points, a load of other clubs behind us. Everton, United, I think Brighton, Chelsea, or not City, maybe not Brighton, but a load of clubs on 13 points anyway. So it's really tight up there. And after 7 games, then we will have played Chelsea and Manchester City. So, two of the difficult games out of the way. So if we can get through the weekend, somehow get the win at home, I'm dreaming already. I said it last night. I'm not saying it's done by any way, but I'm dreaming. And I'm back there to thinking about the Reds being fighting for a league title, which, last season was mental. None of us seen that coming. None of us seen the drop off. 6 losses in the Premier League at home. Was it 6 losses at home? I think it was 6 losses at home. Nobody seen that coming after the form that we'd been in. We did have the injuries. We did have, obviously, no fans inside the stadium. But, you'd hope that there was squad depth there. So last season, I think we all see as an anomaly. And now that we have the spine of our team back, crowd back inside Anfield, of course, as well, the lads seem like they feel like they have a point to prove. And how dare any of us doubt this group of players, because they always deliver when their backs are against the wall. What do I think of the Champions League debutant Sheriff FC? Man, what a result! What a result that was last night for Sheriff. 2 belter goals as well. I'm sure you guys have seen them, but the second one, shades of Stevie G about it against Olympiacos. It was an absolutely phenomenal strike. Nobody was saving that. And fair play. I think Moldova, am I correct, Sheriff are from? And wow, what a surprise. At top of that Champions League groups, 2 wins from 2. It's phenomenal. And I love these type of stories. I love seeing these type of fairy tale stories in football. Leicester City winning the Premier League as an example. Ajax, a great run to the semi-final. Spurs getting all the way to the final. Hi, Spurs. It's great. This is what football's about. This is why I didn't like the idea of a closed-off Super League and stuff, because it would rob us of these amazing stories. Come to Besiktas. Oh, buddy, I would love to visit the Vodafone Arena and go to Besiktas. I'm a huge admirer of the way Turkish fans support their teams and how loud they are and how intimidating the atmospheres are. I love it. And I won't forget that Timo Werner had to come off because of how loud the Besiktas stadium was and how loud the fans were in, I believe, a Europa League game, if my memory's right, a few years back. So I've always wanted to go to a game in Turkey, mate. And Besiktas would probably be right up there. Puskas is the God said, rail in the mud. If we had our full team, we definitely would have beaten them last season. I'm with you, mate. I said at the time, that's no great Real Madrid team. I knew Chelsea would tear them apart. I knew Chelsea would knock them out. We should have. You're right, we should have. But, we left ourselves a little bit too much to do after the first game. What do I think of Sheriff's goalkeeper? I can't say I paid much attention. I won't lie to you, mate. I can't say I paid much attention to him last night. I just seen the highlights on BT. But they've certainly done themselves very, very proud. And it's a great story to see them doing so well in the Champions League. I don't know much about the club. I've always seen their name, in Europa League and other stuff, bits and pieces when you're flicking through football. But to see that last night, that is a real fairy tale story in the game. And you can see how much it meant to the management and to the players as well afterwards. And to go to the Bernabeu on a Champions League night and win away from home, nobody could ever take that away from them. And the goals were sensational. Sensational. Would you take Adeyemi or Luis Suarez in January? Not Luis Suarez, no. He's going to stay as he is. But Adeyemi, we have been linked with the guy. So he's at Salzburg. He's at Salzburg. And the last story I read around Adeyemi involved him speaking about the fact that he feels like he's got a little bit of unfinished business at Bayern Munich, or that he'd like to go to Bayern Munich. So, yes, he looks like an absolutely amazing talent, but I don't know if maybe Bayern have him in their sights for a long-term Lewandowski replacement, or bringing him in, but his words, not mine, is that he'd like to go to Bayern Munich. So if Bayern Munich aren't interested in him, then sure, I'd happily have him at the club. Looking at what he's been able to achieve so far this season. Alex Martinez, Georgia said, mate, I got to go, but you're an inspiration and a legend. Thank you so much. And you will go far in life. Hope your family are okay. That is so lovely of you. Thank you so much. And no doubt we'll talk to you soon. The goalkeeper played like his life and marriage was on the line. That's what you want, isn't it? Like, if you're a Sheriff fan last night looking at that game, you're going to think of those lads as heroes, and rightly so. And these are the beautiful stories that we want preserved in football. This is why we don't like the idea of a Super League or a closed-off competition, because it would deny us of these wonderful footballing moments. Now, it's not nice if you're on the end of them. I'm sure Real Madrid fans are waking up today scratching their heads wondering what the hell is going on. But for the rest of us who are neutral to these type of scenarios, it's brilliant. As confident as I was last night, I didn't think we were going to batter Porto by 5-1. I really didn't. I was confident we'd get a win, but I thought it'd be more difficult. But we just really seem to have Porto's number, don't we? It's definitely something I'd imagine that they'd want to put right. But I'm grateful last night that the lads went out there and were clinical and absolutely put them to the sword. And again, man of the match performance from Curtis Jones. Craig, Harvey Elliott or Curtis Jones? Why either or? This is the beauty of it. They're both Liverpool players, and they're probably both going to play a massive part in our future. So let's just say both and enjoy it and brag about it, and let everybody else worry about the fact that Liverpool have a lovely, fantastic, hugely talented group of youngsters coming through. And this is before we even look at the next phase of youngsters coming through. The Connor Bradleys, the Muzielovskis, the Gianluigi Pitalugas, the Tyler Bradleys, what's his name again? Tyler. God, this is where I need help. Tyler Morton. My head went for a minute. He was massively impressive as well when he came on. So yeah, lots of positives. And I loved listening to Pep Linders talking about how important Curtis Jones making 50 first team appearances at such a young age was to the academy system and to those guys coming through to see what is possible, making that step up, and to see that Jurgen Klopp and Pep Linders and the coaches are willing to give opportunities to these guys. That's really important, particularly when you're looking to bring in youngsters from other clubs at the ages of 15, 16, 17. You want them to see, right, if I go to Liverpool, if I do well at underage level, if I keep progressing, if I keep impressing the coaches, the manager will give me an opportunity. He will trust me. And you've seen that trust repaid massively. Tsimikas' presence on the bench, bringing the best out of Robbo. Love the competition for places. Totally agree with you, Franklin. Totally agree. It's great that we're starting to see what we were missing at left back with regards to competition. It's no longer James Milner that's there if Robbo's out. It's now Kostas Tsimikas, who is very capable deputy. So absolutely agree. Dylan McGurk, thank you for becoming a member again, buddy. Welcome back to Anfield Agenda FC. Really appreciate your support. Tyler Morton is a gem. That's one area, look, where I hold my hands up and say I really need to get better at looking into the academy system and learning about the guys coming through. It's been a time issue for me most of the time, but I have to put my hands up and say I do need to start looking more into the academy and who's coming through, because other than the highlight names, I have to say my knowledge is limited, and I put my hands up on that when I need to do more studying up. How many assists did Jones get yesterday? I believe it was 2, but he was involved in 4 of the goals. Milner is a legend, holds record for Liverpool for assists in one season in the Champions League. What a signing James Milner was. You cannot value Milner just in monetary terms or in appearances. What he brings to that Liverpool changing room, to the mentality of the squad, to the youngsters coming through that he's helping and guiding and showing how to live as a professional athlete, it's unbelievable. Jimmy Milner he continues to astound. His statistics, his engine, his ability to be in the right place at the right time, to make the right decisions, to see out a game. He's just so professional. And you can see why Jurgen Klopp values him so highly in and around the squad, because he's the Benjamin Button of football, as I keep saying. Dio Goal said, Craig, I believe Jones can do a job in the left wing position during the AFCON when Mane won't be available. Yeah, I'd agree with you. Certainly looks more comfortable on that left side, coming in on his right hand, his right foot, excuse me. Much like Salah, I suppose, on the right hand side, likes to drift in onto his left foot. You could put Curtis Jones there, no problem. I agree with you, and he's absolutely sound. Gordon is ready to step up. Yeah, Cade Gordon, guy we signed from Derby County. You know, we've seen him in the League Cup, and we've seen him in pre-season, and we've seen him in a few other places as well. Cade Gordon is an undoubted talent, absolutely spot on. Another one you can add to the list of almost guaranteed to come in and get a place over the next couple of seasons. The fact Milner is starting as a right wing and can now play the bounds of left back or right back is so mental, said Sabi. He's Mr. Versatile, isn't he? Jimmy Milner can play anywhere. You could put him left back, right back, midfield, attacking, midfield, holding, on the wing. He's just, he must be a gift for a manager to work with. Why do we sign really bad players? Are you talking out your arse for some reason here, Jake, my man? Who's the really bad players that we signed, mate? Because I can't fucking think of any outside of maybe Karius, who didn't work out for various reasons. I can't really think of any bad players we signed, so I'm gonna file that in the you're talking out your arse, mate. So we'll leave it there. Why do we sign bad players? Yeah, Salah, so bad. Firmino, so bad. Mane, Van Dijk, Alisson, terrible footballers, mate. Shocking. Go ahead and list. Go ahead and list there, mate. Go ahead. I wait with anticipation, Jake, to see your list, dude. I really do. We're getting slapped around the place against Manchester City, I'm afraid. You can fuck off, honestly. Don't want you. Bye-bye. Honestly, I can't be arsed. I couldn't care less. If you're going to come in and piss all over your own football club, just, this isn't the place for you. Honestly, couldn't be bothered. We're here to enjoy the season, to enjoy the lads, to support the lads. And yeah, if you want to make a critiquing point about something, fine. But to come in and say we're going to get slapped around against City, what type of a fan is that? What type of an attitude is that? Oh, and by the way, who's top of the fucking table right now? Who's top of the Champions League group right now? Who's unbeaten this season in the Premier League? I don't get the attitude. Why? Why have that mentality? I don't know. Couldn't be for me. Tanish said, Craig, now with the performance of Curtis Jones, what's your preferred midfield three? Well, what we have available right now, it would be Curtis Jones on the left, Fabinho on the holding role, and Hendo on the right hand side. That would be my one anyway. In order to beat City, we just need to defend. They're not clinical, and we can outscore them. Very good point. Again, it was another good discussion on BT Sport last night around, do Manchester City need a centre forward to go on and win the Champions League? Michael Owen reckons probably not. Pep Guardiola's never really employed an out-and-out number 9 in most of his clubs that he's managed, particularly at Barcelona. And at Manchester City at times, yes, they had Aguero, but outside of that, they never really looked to do anything else. And that Gabriel Jesus looks like he prefers it on the right-hand side of the attack for Manchester City. So, I agree. They're not that clinical. And if we can defend well, and we will be under pressure at times in the game, there's no doubt about that, because Manchester City are a good side. But we are at home. You know, we should be looking to go out and get a job done. So, I don't understand the negativity. I'd hate to have people like that in my camp or in my team with a negative mindset. What else we got? Oh, I know who Musialowski is, super glue. I know all about Mateusz Musialowski, mate. The Polish Messi. He looks like an undoubted talent. We'll be talking at the 10 o'clock stream tonight, by the way. We'll be talking about the possible incomings and transfers to Liverpool, or the players that we've been linked with. So, in a few minutes, I'm going to be heading off over to Craig's station to do a watch along of the United Champions League game. Then I'll be back at 10 o'clock for a transfer stream. So, we'll have a chat about all the players who've been listed with us for January and stuff like that around 10 o'clock. Tyra said, Craig, what do you think Jude Belling would bring to Liverpool? A phenomenal amount of talent, a phenomenal future, and dare I say it, himself, Curtis Jones and Harvey Elliott, oh my god, Can you imagine those three in midfield in 2, 3 years' time? What they would do to other teams, what options Jurgen Klopp or whoever's managing the club would have. To see somebody like Jude Bellingham, so young, take on the mantle of moving from Birmingham, could have gone to Manchester United, but moved from Birmingham over to Borussia Dortmund, to a foreign club, and to take to it so seamlessly and do so well, and then go away with England, of course, and he just seems so composed, so mature. I love his little budding bromance as well with Jordan Henderson. I like the way he messaged Hendo to congratulate him on 400 appearances up for the Reds last night as well. So much, mate. Chew, 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 as I like to say around Mr. Bellingham. Are you doing the late night agenda sometimes? I'm going to be doing everything, mate, from now on. I've just decided, like, at the end of the day, it's our futures that are on the line here. I'm doing fucking everything now. Everybody can kiss my ass, as far as I'm concerned. Anybody that hates me, anybody that wants to talk negative about, anybody that wants to bitch about me can just do one. I'm here to fight for my family's future, to enjoy what I'm doing, and I'll do everything at this point because I want the channel to do well. I want to give Connor a future. I want to bring in other people and help them along the way. So yeah, I'm going to be just all over. You won't be able to get rid of me for streams at this point. So there you go. All good. Elusive Glue, how are you? Jeff said, we've blown away Manchester City at Anfield before. We can definitely do it again. WFM. Love it, mate. That's the attitude we need ahead of the weekend. Hope Pep Linders is Klopp's successor. I won't rush Stevie. Do you know what? I said it months and months and months ago, and I'll reiterate what you're after saying there. Don't rule him out. Don't rule him out of the equation. I know he hasn't got the first team managerial experience like other candidates may have, but if we are looking to a kind of boot room scenario like before, Pep Linders, his footballing brain is phenomenal. I'm always in awe when I listen to the man speak about the game. You know, I like to think of myself as somebody who knows the game, and then I listen to Pep Linders talk and I realise that I don't know shit compared to these lads. What else have we got? Irish Scar, all good, mate. Yes, all good, dude. What has Steven Gerrard done as a manager? Look, give the lad credit. You know, I'm not saying he's ready for the Liverpool job, mate, but he has gone up, done well with Rangers, won the Scottish Premier League. He gets credit, absolutely, but you know, who knows what way the footballing landscape will be in 2024? Like, who knows who's going to be available? You know, you look around now and you look at the Brentford manager. What a talent he is. You look at Graham Potter and the style of football that he's playing. Very good, promising manager as well. You look a little bit further afield. You look to the likes of who's the guy that went in there and took over at Bayern Munich? I can never think of the guy. Julian Nagelsmann, another huge, supreme, talented manager. So, yeah, there's lots to look forward to. What have we got? I loved your interview with Rory. Thank you, mate. It was deep. You know, it wasn't the most light-hearted interview I've ever done or will ever do, but I think it was an important one. And I wish it had got more viewers, to be honest with you. You know, I hope people give it a chance and watch it because I think a lot of people might learn or be helped by it. Not saying from me, but Rory gave a lot of great information as well in it. So, yeah. The Reds have got no money, but we'll still win the league. There you go, Jake. That's the attitude, mate. Well played. The Reds have got no money, but we'll still win the league. Na 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 na. What's the interview about? It's about mental health. It's about trolling. It's about the impact of your own inner demons and, you know, how to try and rise above them and get past them. Rory explains his own demons that he's battled. I talk about mine. And we talk about maybe trying to find solutions for them. So yeah, it's a very deep interview, but it was one that I thought was really good. I won't lie. I think it's some of my best work, and I was so happy to get Rory on for a chat. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leg it over to Craig Station for a watch along of the Manchester United Villarreal game. I'll be back at 10 o'clock on here, so I hope to see you then. Before then, though, don't forget, Craig Station link is in the description. Massive shout out to Manscaped to sponsor all the late night agendas as well. Don't forget, you can get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with our discount code that you can see on the screen, WFM20. Manscaped have launched the all-new Performance Package 4.0 that features the fantastic lawnmower, the ear and nose hair trimmer, which is called the Weed Whacker. You also get your ball toner, your ball deodorant, your boxer briefs, and of course your shed, which is your travel bag. Loads of great stuff in there. They've been fantastic supporters of our channel and many other football fan channels. Without them, we wouldn't be able to keep the lights on. So if you are thinking of getting a present for somebody, maybe for Christmas, a birthday present, whomever it might be, please do check out manscaped.com. Use our code for free shipping and 20% off. I will see you guys hopefully in a few minutes on Craig Station. If not, I'll see you guys at 10 o'clock back here for a late night agenda. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you soon. Lots of love. Bye-bye.